What's up, everybody? Today's a special day because we're going to get to evolve a common theme I've used in videos for the past year. If you've been watching my videos, you know I love a good joke about a taxidermied relative that you could pose in the living room and on holidays and things like that. Well, today I got to dive a little bit deeper into that concept of owning dead things. I was actually sitting down to shoot another episode of Creepy or Cool, but when I looked at what we had prepared, instead of sitting back and watching a bunch of TikToks and saying, dude, that's fucking weird, I thought, why don't I actually use my brain and dive into some of these? And I did. The first one caught my eye in a special way. I'm not going to play it because I'm just tired of dealing with copyright. I'll show you a screenshot though. And basically it's from this creator right here, Stacia's Weird. She has a whole bunch of weird shit on her channel, you know, and those aren't my words, those are hers. But basically the TikTok I saw is her brandishing human leather. And it blew my mind. You know, I wanted to make some witty ass comment, but I didn't know that you could sort of, you know, recycle yourself as clothing. You know, it'd be sick to bring me back as a hoodie. That'd be a dope ass pizza merch. Anyway, she's showing off these pieces of human leather, and I had to do a little bit of digging, and turns out that there is nowhere that you can actually buy this human leather. I'm so stupid that I just assumed there would be, you know, a site, and there's like a parody site, you know, humanleather.co.uk, but there's actually another website where you can buy comedy tickets as well. It's called noelmillerlive.com. Come see me at a show. No, but I'm so dumb. I just for sure thought there'd be a Shopify store or at least an Etsy store for, you know, human leather products, and there isn't. But I dug around in her comments, and she actually left a comment that is the craziest thing I've read in a minute. And what she said is that you can browse around on Facebook for groups that specify in what they call oddities. And if you look for an oddities sale, you can look for human products. Just the same way that people breed pugs and bulldogs and make $1,500, there are people breeding foreskin caps and whatever else. So you can buy one of these on Facebook, I guess. Now that word oddities kind of took me down a rabbit hole because I never heard that word before, because I have the reading level of a 5th grader. I've never heard the word oddities before. So I had to look it up. And it turns out oddities is plural of oddity. That's the video. It's also a TV show. In the context of TikTok, it seems like the hashtag oddities is just for people who own dead things. And that's where I feel my journey here really took off. One of the first things I saw, and I will play a piece of this video, is this taxidermied cow. And I love that they had to specify that this thing was ethically sourced. It definitely looks really, you know, sort of, I don't know, endearing. It looks kind of cute. I have to say, when I saw it, the first thing I wanted to do was like throw it off a balcony because I thought visually that would be such a crazy thing to show people. If you could go up in, I don't know, it's like a 30-story building in like Philadelphia and just throw a cow out of it, how many people would just not believe what they saw? And you know, this video isn't necessarily offensive or troublesome. It's just sort of like these two women that I guess do taxidermy, and they got this cow. That's not that weird. You know, you could argue taxidermy is weird, whatever. I just think it's like a, you know, a bone-in stuffed animal. That's basically it. Hey there, it's me from the other side, the future. You know what I'm here to do. Let's get into it. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. You all know how I feel about going raw online. You should be protected in some way or another, and you can do that with NordVPN. It's very easy to use. One click, you're up and running. They got a ton of servers. Let me see exactly how many servers they got. 5,400 servers in 60 different countries, which means you are guaranteed a connection somewhere, and it's probably going to be very quick. NordVPN also offers something called threat protection now, which is something designed to block intrusive ads, web trackers, and protect you when you're downloading files. Also, it automatically scans URLs and blocks malicious ones. NordVPN is great for traveling. I know a lot of people are doing that again, so if you want to watch some content from back home and you're somewhere else, you can do that. Or you can be at home trying to watch content from somewhere else, you can do that as well. It also prevents your ISP from throttling you because it doesn't know how much internet you're using. And for all my nerds out there, you can run your connection through 2 VPNs, which means you can double bag it. So if you're browsing the internet raw and you're looking for a way to protect you, NordVPN is a great way to do that, and you can sign up right now at nordvpn.com/noelmiller. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you sign up right now, you can get a 2-year plan with a huge discount and 1 additional month for free. So protect yourself, nordvpn.com/noelmiller. What are you waiting for? All right, let's get back into the video. Now where oddities does get weird is this one right here, and I'll play this one in full. I'm kidding. That's not an oddity. That's just a person picking belly button lint and putting it. Look, they store it in an Altoids container. Can you smell that? No, where Oddities actually gets weird is this. It's what they call wet specimens. This one is just like a dead beaver in like Windex, and I genuinely can't wrap my head around why you want this. I sort of understand being gothic and, you know, going through your 100 gex phase, and that may last well into your 40s, but I just don't understand like owning something dead. Besides a taxidermy grandpa, that's cool. But, you know, as I say that, I can think of a lot of ironic uses for a wet specimen, or just having, you know, a dead ass animal in a jar. That's a great thing to have in a bathroom, in a shower, in a dining room. That is a great way to get people to leave early. If you invite some people over, but maybe you regret it, put some shit out there to creep them out and end the vibe real quick. Then, yeah, oddities that's a good thing to own. This video right here is a pretty good example. Let's talk over it a little bit, but basically she shows off this like dead bee, a beetle, and then this, you know, wet specimen rat, which is just so wild to just own that. Could you imagine just having, you know, a carnival dunk tank, but it's filled with this, you know, cryostasis fluid, and you just have grandpa in there, just in the living room, just. Or perhaps you go smaller, you know, your dead cats, you put them in a little fish tank in your room. I don't know. I think scale adds to absurdity in this scenario. You know, a rat, it puts me off, but not that much. But when you think about a bigger animal, you know, then I'm sort of like, whoa. My favorite bit on her shelf is this one, and, you know, warning, this is pretty gross. This is supposed to be a squirrel, but it just looks like, I don't know, like 4-hour-old bacon. I just, I don't know how you point to this and go, this is a squirrel. That is not a squirrel, man. That's deli meat, okay? I didn't know Kroger sold squirrel meat. Maybe that's what they're supplying to Golden Corral to make their chicken wings. How do you honestly tell someone this is even an animal? It's so nuts to have this on yourself and still convince yourself it's an animal. I'd be liable to throw that on the grill, you know, if it came down to it. It looks kind of appetizing. The rest of the video, she goes over, you know, objects that are hard, and they're not that interesting. It's like skulls and starfish and, you know, whatever this is. So, you know, I mean, all that really isn't that offensive, I guess, in the way of oddities. But I just didn't know the extent that people went to collect some dead things. Just feels like a lot of effort. You know, when it's taxidermied, it's just sort of immortalized in a way. I think it's presented in a way that it's easy to keep around, but having all these like crazy jars of liquid with dead ass animals, I mean, why not get the real version? It's not like a lot of these animals you can't have the actual thing of. I think that's the part that's strange and where I would call it creepy. Like, you can just go buy a mouse or a rat if you really want one, and they'll be alive. And you know, I guess when it dies, you could make that thing too. I don't know. Cows and deer and shit, you know, you can't. Well, you can, but it's kind of a pain. If I'm choosing a live deer or a dead deer, I'm definitely picking a dead taxidermy deer, because, you know, then there's no learning curve. You can just have one without having one. But all this other small stuff, like she had that giant bee in a little lockbox, just get a real ass bee, you know? Start a bee sanctuary. Just get the real thing. Now, it's creepy, but in the same way, I kind of look at this as like having a collection of dildos, which, you know, hear me all the way. It's kind of a similar thing. You know, it's not living, and it's just a replica of the real thing. And you can kind of, you know, you can get all different types and sizes and colors, and you can do crazy things with them and exaggerate them, you know, beyond reality. So as much as I want to judge it and call it weird, maybe it's not that weird. Why am I trying to defend or justify the ownership of dead things? Because I think it deserves that. It's not like it's hurting anyone. It's just hurting animals. No. I assume a lot of this stuff is ethical. A lot of the people that sell these things are very clear up front. They're like, this, you know, I stomped out this butterfly before I preserved it, okay? It's fine. No, I drowned this rat personally before I put it in the Windex, so it's totally ethical. I'm the one who put the gun between the cow's eyes and ended his shit before turning him into a stuffed animal. And that brings me to my next point. The very clear disclaimer for a lot of the places that sell these things, that they're ethically sourcing whatever these items are, whether they're insects or, you know, rats or beavers. I don't know. This one to me is kind of funny because, like, does anyone really care if a butterfly is sourced ethically? I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, if someone smashes out a butterfly, What the fuck is wrong with you? Like a beetle? Does anyone really care that these like stink bugs and scorpions were, you know, captured ethically? Like, isn't the human reaction to a lot of these like, yeah, f that thing? I'm curious. You know, I've never met anyone with strong feelings towards insects like that. Like this golden scarab from, you know, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. If you've not seen that movie, you're probably 14. That thing is disgusting to me. The fact that it's even in this state, I'm impressed that they were able to kill it without just absolutely destroying its brains. And it's not that I fantasize about stomping out, you know, six-legged creatures. It's just I'm that out of tune with nature that I don't even think. When I see insects, smash. That's the smash or pass game to me. It's not people like celebrities and stuff, you know, it's just like a series of insects and then a butterfly. It's like smash, smash, smash. I don't even wait. And then the butterfly shows up, I go pass. And then the next three, smash, smash, smash. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of the journey I took into the casual ownership of dead items. If you do this, you know, leave a comment. I might read it. You know, I want to know more about your hobby and what it is that you like about this. What is the feeling you get? What happened to you as a kid that made you want to do this shit? Maybe all the other kids were stomping out the anthill and you were like, that's fucked up. I'm going to save them all. I don't know. Anyways, yo, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
It's my next big thing, she precious. I'm bad and the walls asbestos. Yeah, bitch, you guessed it. T-U-O-T on my necklace. Spock done made like 10 beats. Now I know the boy getting restless. Jab my way through the session. Doing too much, coming clutch, that's my essence.